What is up, guys? I'm Kyle at Fortune. Today we're getting the Colorado ready to tow by hacking up the rear bumper and installing a new brake controller. We have towed with the Colorado many times now, but up until this point it's pretty much only been flat towing. Now the Colorado actually has a pretty good tow capacity and the Samurai is pretty light. So the thing we want to do is get a car hauler so we can get the Samurai up off the ground and onto a trailer. Now there's a bunch of reasons why you wouldn't want to do this. I think the coolest way to have a trail rig is to drive it to the trail and then wheel it and drive home. Unfortunately for us, the trails are pretty far away. There's some pretty steep grades and the Samurai at this point really isn't the best vehicle to make that long commute in. So what I'd like to do is tow it behind the Colorado. Flat towing is awesome when you're on a budget, but compared to towing on a trailer, it's really not that great. It's really hard to back up. All four tires on your vehicle that are being towed are on the ground, so if you break something on your trail rig, you still have to roll it home on those tires. And for us, we were taking off the rear drive shaft, which normally isn't a huge issue, but once you tighten and loosen those bolts so many times, they just don't want to stay tight on the trail anymore. In some of my videos, you can probably hear that squeaking noise as the Samurai is coming by, and that's usually what it was. It was the rear drive shaft starting to separate from the differential pinion. We don't have a trailer just yet, but we're probably going to be using the U-Haul rentals here and there when we really need to borrow one, and those are going to be just big enough for the Samurai to be towed behind the Colorado without an issue. But right now we have two huge problems. If you remember the video of our rear bumper install, we put on the Chassis Unlimited Octane Series rear bumper, and it's a super high clearance, low profile bumper, and it looks awesome. It does a great job. We've already wheeled the truck with that bumper on there and somehow still scraped it a little bit, but really took a lot of material off so we get more clearance when we're going over obstacles. One of the bad things about this bumper that I didn't know until I purchased it and went to put it on is that it's not compatible with our hitch on the Colorado. So up until now, we haven't been doing any towing, but the time is coming. We need to tow that Samurai. The only way we're going to be able to get this fixed is by cutting up that rear bumper and allowing that hitch to slide up in there. Unfortunately, it is going to take off a lot of material, but no need to fear. We have a welder, and later on when it's time to add more accessories onto this rear bumper, we're going to be able to weld more reinforcements on there and make it look good again. The second thing, this Colorado does not have a brake controller that came on it. It actually doesn't have a tow package at all. When I picked up the truck, it wasn't an option that the factory had for this specific one. So that means it didn't come with the hitch, and it also didn't come with the G80 rear. So two things I wish were on there, but like I said, it doesn't have a brake controller. So in order to use a trailer with brakes, we're gonna need to put one of those brake controllers on there. If you wanna check out any of these products for yourself, just go look in the description. I'll put some links there for you guys to check it out. All right, let's get cutting on this thing. All right, so here's the deal. There's this vertical lip on the bumper right here, but believe it or not, that's actually not a problem. Hitch will actually fit in there. That's not a problem. It's actually where these bolts that mount to the frame going up, where these come down, it contacts right here. So we're definitely gonna have to take a notch out of here to get this to fit. Oh, I'm just holding it.
I thought you were giving it to me.
No.
Okay.
What are you doing?
I'm working on the truck.
What happened, Daddy?
I'm working on the truck. I'm getting all dirty. All right, that bumper is notched on the inside there. We're gonna throw the hitch on and see if we got any clearance out of that. So tired. a little bit more to go because it's contacting this piece on the bottom right here. So we're gonna have to shave that one off too. But this part cleared very nicely. If that comes off, we'll be able to bolt the hitch all the way up. We've got about this much remaining, keeping it from seating flush with the frame. We're getting pretty close now. Last thing we need to do is take these little pieces of weld off the bottom here, get this nice and flat, and then on the outside where the edges of the hitch are sitting, we need to take off about 1/4 inch more so it can slide this way, so it can be lined up with the holes. And then I think we've got, gosh, just barely anything, maybe 1/8 of an inch before the hitch is sitting flat. So we'll see what we have to do. Hopefully we can keep this horizontal lip below the license plate, because if it's not gonna fit, I think that's gonna be the only thing keeping it from going up. All right, let's clean this up. Now that is a tight fit. We've got some little gaps right here where those last notches came out, but we've still got a little bit of cleaning up to do, but most of that is gonna come when I put my tire carrier on here. We're gonna have to build one, and it's probably gonna be a lot easier to just tack the stuff on there and then take the bumper off and weld it up in the garage. But we have the hitch on there. It's fully seated. We've got a high clearance rear bumper, and then we have something that's hanging down probably 8 inches in the middle. So, ooh, that was a good guess. Not now, but later on, I'm gonna look at throwing some holes in these supports right here so I can cut these off. Those are hanging down there really low, and I mean, we've lost a lot of clearance on this bumper now, which kind of defeats the purpose of having a high clearance rear bumper. But, you know, with our rear diff, we never wanna be dragging our rear diff over anything. This part that's hanging down low right here is in the same path as our rear diff, so hopefully that won't hurt us in the short term. Besides the actual square tubing on that, this bumper is still pretty low profile. Holy moly, these things are really doing their job. Here is the bundle of wires that we're gonna have to wire up. Now, if you're gonna do this on your Colorado, you definitely wanna make sure you pull this piece of floor trim off first and make sure you have this, because if you don't have this, you're not gonna be able to wire anything up. Here is the 4 wires all wired up. You can see the white one and the black one back there. The wires are pretty small, so that's the only reason why this one is pink and these ones are blue, because this is a smaller wire. Anyways, this controller right here actually comes with this piece on the end, and you can buy their adapter that'll go from this into 4 bare wires, but I was thinking, why would you want that? I could just clip these wires off and then go straight in. So we'll still be able to disconnect this, which is nice, but the one limiting factor we're gonna have, and the reason why that adapter is nice, is because this is only so long, not a whole lot of room. This isn't gonna get us a ton of reach, but as long as it's out of the way of the parking brake, I'm just gonna try to zip tie it up here onto something else and tuck it out of the way. As long as I don't hit it with my foot trying to get here, I'd say that's a win. So using the directions, it seems like this is the way it's supposed to go. Going from the adapter white, that'll connect to the factory black. Adapter black will go to the red with a green stripe. The adapter blue will go to the factory blue, so that one's nice. And then the adapter red will go to the factory white. So you actually have to insert all of these little wires into this adapter that clips into the controller like this. So this is the order it's supposed to go in. After you insert all these wires, you'll push this end down and it kind of clicks into place. So I did it from this side, and you'll see slots on all the bottom. The ones on both ends are empty, and then it goes white, green, brown, blue, black, red. Fortunately for me, it was a beautiful day out, great time to do a mod like this in the driveway. It ended up only taking me a few hours to do, and it really wasn't that bad. If you had a bumper that can already fit your hitch, that'd be a lot better. So if you're out there looking for a bumper, this one from Chassis Unlimited is really cool. I love how it looks. Super low profile, beefy 3/16 steel, all that, but definitely not compatible with the Kurt hitch I have on the back. So that's pretty much it for this video. Next time we talk about this stuff, it's going to be because I have a trailer. We're going to hook it up, and then maybe I'll even get into loading the Samurai or whatever other vehicles on there and talk about the easiest, safest, best way to do that, in my opinion. Just for some quick numbers, the Kurt hitch can tow up to 8,000 pounds. The Colorado can do 7. And then the Samurai, I'm thinking, is probably less than 2,500, but I'm just using 2,500 as the baseline, kind of overestimate on that. And then the trailer, I'm hoping will be around 2,000. So we're going to be towing under 5,000, hopefully like 4,500. Hope so. It really depends on the weight of the trailer, whichever one I decide to get. But that's well under the capacity of the truck, so I think we'll be good. And I feel a lot better about it now that we have a good attachment for the hitch. And now with the brake controller, we can do it safely. So the next time we see this stuff, it'll be hooking that up and we'll be able to test it out for towing to the trail, which I'm pretty stoked about. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you like this video. If there's something you want to see with the Colorado, just put it down in the comments and let me know. It might be an upgrade I already have coming, or it might be something I didn't think about yet. So definitely put that down there. If you want to see more of the Colorado and all the upgrades we're getting to do for that so it can tow and overland, or if you want to check out our Samurai crawling on the trails, make sure you go down there and subscribe. If you want to see some little updates of different things that we do, go ahead and follow us on Instagram. It's Fortune Off-Road. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.